Hi guys, Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. Okay guys, I'm back. A day or two later that I really wanted to be. But anyway, let's continue on. So I left you with the hair, and I got some nice comments, you guys. Thank you so much. A lot of people liked how this hair came out. I do too. I'm just loving the bright colors. You guys are going to see me on a bright color binge, okay? I'm always with the pinks and magentas and purples and teals. Yeah, I'm going to be on this brights for a while. I really like it. Anyway, let's continue on. It just makes things pop, like, especially against like the black strands that I put in. I didn't realize how much it was going to pop. Anyway, now I told you we're going to do a graffiti background, and a lot of people have been saying, oh, I can't wait for you to do this graffiti background. So it's going to be lots of layers, okay? And we're going to use my first layers always, you guys know, book pages. I'm going to get started instead of just talking. My first layer is always book pages, music note pages, dictionary pages, yada, yada, yada. Okay? So we're going to do what I always do for my first layer. Next layer is going to be just magazine bits that are in the colors of her skin and her hair. Just like pieces I just tear out of the magazine. Then it's going to be more magazine pieces, but they're going to be more structured pieces. Pictures of stuff. And then after that, we'll take and do a light coating of gesso with a wet brush. And then we'll do some color over that. And anyway, it's going to be a lot of layers, okay? It's a layering situation. Also, I need to put something over her face like normal, because if I get some type of, glue on her face, yeah, I will be perturbed at myself. So, let's protect the face. We do not want anything on her face. Okay, there we go. All right, let's start. And as you guys already know, this is my, oh, you know what I need to do? Damn it. Excuse my language. I need to get wax paper. Usually I have it already under here. When you're doing the gluing, it's probably really good to do wax paper in between the pages, because you'll probably end up gluing pages together if you don't. So, all right. And I just keep wax paper right here in my craft room. Like the baby wipes, I have the wax paper because I always need it for this, doing this. And then let's go like that. And then on the other side, okay, and then there we go. You know what? Let's try this here. Good. Okay, and let's put this back on the face. All right. Let's start. I'm just going to start with adding some glue. Now, around this hair, I'm going to go as close as I can, but stay a little bit of ways at the same time. And we'll fix that problem there with paint and, you know, stamping and all that kind of stuff. There'll be stuff close to her hair. It will all look as one when we get there. And, you know, I'm going to go ahead and go on to the other page, too. Follow that hairline. Okay. So the first is a book page that I'm going to stick on. And if I go over the edges, I'm fine with that, because I'll just, once it all dries, I'll, you know, trim off the edges. Because you can't always fit everything perfect on here in the area that you're fitting in. So if it goes over the edge, no major. Oh, I know something else I need to do. I need to get, oh, here they are. I need a baby wipe. I don't like sticky fingers. So whenever they feel like they got some stickiness on them, I have to wipe them. Okay. All right, and then you guys know I love this paper here, this writing. Isn't that cool? Love it. So we'll throw this on. So as I was saying, this is always my favorite part, is collaging. It's like, I don't know, I just think it's so relaxing to just paste paper down. It like calms my nerves, I think. Which with this pandemic, we have a lot of nerve calming to do. This stuff is driving me crazy. All right, I'm gonna say one thing about this, and I won't try to talk about it too much because I know people are on here to get a break from the pandemic, but I wanna say, I always say one or two things, just so that, for one, so I'm not acting as if I don't know what's going on, okay? Because believe me, I watch enough CNN and MSNBC. Way too much. Anyway, but the thing about it is, I live in Las Vegas, and this is what's really bothering me. I live in Las Vegas, and what are we? One of the entertainment capitals of the world. It is a life goal for people to come to Las Vegas. Like, everybody wants to come to Vegas, right? At least once in their life, to see this strip and all these hotels and go to these shows. And not just from, like, you know, neighboring states or just even in the United States. No, the world. The world comes to Las Vegas. Everywhere. Doesn't matter. China, Japan, Europe, Italy, Rome, Spain, whatever. Everybody comes here from all over the world. All the time. How in the world are we supposed to open up the strip to the world? We've done 1% of testing, right? That's about what our testing has been in the United States as a whole. And so we have no idea. Vegas has no idea how many people here have coronavirus or don't have coronavirus. The United States doesn't know how many people have coronavirus and don't have coronavirus. But we're going to open up Las Vegas. I mean, what the hell? I mean, it makes no sense. And to think about it drives me out of my mind. I mean, I live 10 minutes from the strip. That's a lot of disease coming here. And I'm sure we have it. Sure, I know we have it here already. It just drives me. See, this is what I'm talking about. So I'll stop talking about it here in a second. It drives me crazy to think about it because that's just like, it's too much. It's just too much. So anyway, I'm sure our governor and our mayor think the same thing. Oh, and that's just one more thing. The governor, and then I'll stop. The governor, our governor said this, and it made national news. I couldn't believe the fool said this. She said, why don't we just go ahead and open up Vegas, and Vegas will be the testing grounds to see how opening up a state will be. We'll be the guinea pigs. She used some word like that, like we'll be the guinea pigs. Oh my goodness. She got the biggest backlash from like so many people here in Las Vegas. It just, everybody was going either Twitter or Facebook crazy. I'm not sure which one, probably both. And it made national news. I heard it today. I'm just like, is she out of her mind? What do you mean we're going to be the guinea pigs? We're going to be the test. She sounds like the test lab for the rest of the world. What the hell? We don't want to die. Anyway, so I'll stop talking about it. But these are the things that stress me out. So this is why just a simple act of pasting paper calms my ever-living nerves. Well, that and making sure my pantry's full. Just making sure I'm prepared for whatever hell comes. Anyway. Alright, that's my spiel for today about the pandemic, and I'll move on to something else. Okay, so we got some good amount of paper pasted down. And because I went on that little rant, that gives you the freedom too. If you have something you want to say, and whatever you want to say it on my channel. You know, it's just, it's crazy. Everybody has a different view, and everyone has a different situation depending on the state you live in and how you see it too, because you may live in a different state. It may not be as big as, it may not be, you know, a vacation destination like ours is. So if you have any concerns or worries, you can leave them below. I don't mind. You can get a little venting off on my on this video below. I understand. It's stressful. Okay, so let's keep pasting the paper down. And I always start out with the collagey bits. That's what I call them. I always start out with the collagey bits first, like this. Just the plain, well, they're all collagey bits, but the plain collagey bits. Also, I am going to use a little bit of napkin along with the plain collagey bits. I wonder if I should use these on top. You know what? This is going to go on a different layer. They're little watch faces or clock faces. Aren't those cool? Yeah, that's going to go with a different layer. Never mind. I lied. Okay. What the heck? All right. Okay, so now we're going over to this side. I'm probably not going to put anything above her head, so I don't even know why I put glue there, but, you know, in case I do, it's covered. And the reason I'm putting the glue down now is just so I can just really start gluing things down easily. The glue's already there. I move fast enough that, yeah, we're not going to have to worry about anything drying. This is a pattern piece right here. That's another piece I started putting in my little collage bits, is pattern pieces. I've always used the pattern itself, but these are like the pattern directions. They're kind of cool, I think, to use in the background. Okay. And I didn't even check to see if you guys are even being able to see this other side. Maybe I need to do that. Oh, you guys aren't even seeing the other side. All right, I'm glad I just... Sorry. You guys are like, is she going to switch to the other side? Okay, so what I just did off camera is I just put glue all the way around, just like I did before, okay? I didn't do this part right here, but all this. And I just glued down that pattern piece, and then this little, I think it's some type of Arabic language. I'm not completely sure, but something like that. It was a book that I found at the thrift store. And it had a beautiful woman on it. And then I opened it up and I saw all this beautiful language. And I was like, oh, gorgeous. I think it's as beautiful as the Asian language. The newspaper I get, the Asian newspaper I get. I love it. Some people are like, Angela, we know. You say it every video. Sorry, but I do love it. Okay, that goes there. And let me see what else. Let me pick some little bits of music in the paper. This calls for like more smaller bits because it's a smaller little area. Okay. 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 So I'm just putting little pieces down. Okay. Let me see if I can get another little piece open. No, I don't want to do that. Let's get just a second. I'm looking at all my pieces here that I want to do. There we go. There we go. So on this piece, on this side, I have a lot of edges hanging off. So, all right. So now, we're gonna go here. Make sure you guys are seeing. Yeah. So now we're going to go down here in this little area. So they're going right next to the neck, but not over it, of course. And yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's put some music notes in here. I'm gonna put that other little piece of music paper right there. I guess because I had it left over in my hands. Okay. And I want a little bit of, let's do a little bit of this, of the Asian newspaper. Ooh, I'm so glad before Las Vegas went on the lockdown. I'm not sure if my Asian grocery store is still the one that I would get these papers is still open or not. And it should be because it's a grocery store, so it should be open. But in case it wasn't, I'm so glad that I grabbed all of the Asian newspapers. I grabbed probably like 10 of them. I'm sure people watched me leave with those 10 newspapers are like, what is she doing? For one, that's not even her language. So she'll know. She can't read that. Only if they knew. I'm going home to rip this up. But I got a bunch because I also wanted to, like, friends who do, like, mixed media and stuff. When I send them mixed media, I like to send them a newspaper from China. It's Chinatown where I get them from. And they can have one of these newspapers from Chinatown and use it in their art. Okay. I miss going down there. That's a really fun place to go. I love Chinatown. It's really fun. It's a fun place, and thank God I got all the newspapers that I needed for my art. Okay. All right, I'm just gathering. This is how I do it. I have a little pile. I showed this before. I have a little pile of, these are all the collage bits that are plain. So that's the first layer. And I have them in a pile, like one on top of the next. So the next one, this will go underneath the pile. So I can go in order of how I want to do my collage bits. Okay, so next is just magazine bits of whatever, of the kind of the colors I want in the background. So this is like adding paint, but I'm doing it with collage bits. Okay? Just ripped up collage bits. So here we go. This is actually not a magazine piece. This is a scrapbook page. Specifically Jane Davenport scrapbook. I love it. Let's just put this down here somewhere. And at the same time, you know, I'm covering up some of the collagey bits, the original ones. But I'm gonna let some peek through. So we want to have a little bit of everything. We still want to leave some of the book pages and stuff like that. What else do I want to use? Let's use this. This right now is not a magazine bit, but it's jelly prints. Isn't that cool? And I want to specifically get this orange in there to match. It has orange and it has the pink and it has the purple, but I want to get those colors in there. Okay. And how you can layer without covering everything up is layering a little bit over what you've already laid down. So right here, I can lay that on top of that, see? And when you do that, then you still leave enough of this newsprint out. See, so I might lay this here, and it's laying a lot over these other two. See what I'm saying? So I laid it on top of these two, so I can still have plenty of newsprint. If that makes sense. Okay. Gonna add that right there. Hopefully that's, I need a little bit more glue down. There we go. I love this jelly printing page. It's so pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? We're going to put that right here. Does it have enough glue down? Not really. Let's just do it again. And this little piece here is going to go right there. And we use this little magazine bit here and go right there. Okay. And what else do I want to use? Something else. Second, I'm looking at all my little magazine bits over here. Let's just put that like right there. See how this is looking pretty graffiti already? And this is looking pretty cool. Okay. These are butterflies that I'm going to use. I love these. And I'm going to put that right here. And this is a napkin. This isn't magazine bits. I just love it. And when you go over that with a napkin, you're seeing everything below it. You're seeing some of the jelly print. You're seeing some of the book pages or newsprint or whatever I have below. So you're still seeing like a lot of layers below. In fact, okay, let's go back to this side. Let's go back over to this side. I'm going to add some of the, I'm going to add some of the napkin, that butterfly napkin. I'm going to go right over some of the things I already went over as another layer. I'll throw that right there. There we go. Love that. Okay. You know, this is a world map. This is actually some scrapbook paper, which I think could be really cool. I'm going to add that right down here. Actually, I'll add that right down here at the bottom, where I don't have too much. Perfect. You know what, let's add a little world map to the other side too. Okay, right here. Where I added this piece here, need a little more something to that. There we go. All right. All right, so let's go back over to this side. Okay. And I know what some of you are thinking. That looks like a damn mess. I know. But it's going to be all good. And the only reason I can be a little conky about it is because I've done it before. Otherwise, I'd be scared. I'd be like, oh, this might be a mess. But I've done it before, so. So I have a little confidence that it's going to work out just fine. Okay, this says Vegas, because I get this from, I got a lot of these magazine bits from the Las Vegas Weekly. Love that. So now, instead of just color, you're going to have little images on things. I don't think I'm going to use that yet. I'll tell you what I am going to use. This. Isn't that cool? It's well, you can see what it is. Okay? I think that's kind of cool. And I think I'm going to put that right there. Yeah. So now what I'm doing is I'm going to use things that are just, they're not just color. Now I'm going to use things that are images. So what was the first layer? The first layer was like music note pages, book pages, dictionary pages, Asian print, that Arabic print. Okay. Next layer was just to add color. Just magazine bits of colors that I like. Now we're getting to like images. Just like really cool images. Okay. Like that. That's cool. Right? Right. And am I going to be going over some things? Yep. But don't worry. It will work out. Well, for those of you who've seen this graffiti technique, you've seen me do it before, you know, you'll be like, yeah, girl, you'll be okay. It's going to work out for you. You're not making a complete disaster. Okay, this is cool. This is from that Las Vegas Weekly, and it's just a bunch of, like, concerts. So I think that looks really graffiti just to have, like, all these concerts. Like, this one says Billy Idol. That's cool. I'm just cutting them out. Just a second. And these are going to go everywhere. So what I'm talking about is, like, it's these little advertisements. It's like these little advertisements of these are all different concerts. See? And this is Billy Idol, which would be kind of cool. Where do I want to put Billy Idol? Right there. So what my goal is to make this look like a wall that's had graffiti on it, and then someone came by, wiped all the graffiti away, and then some more graffiti came, and then some paint came, and then another gang's graffiti came, and then someone decided to staple on a couple different sheets here and there in between all this of a concert coming up, just so the wall just looks like grunge and graffiti. That's what we're going for. That's what a graffiti background is to me. And then the final thing is going to be, we're going to stencil in black different words. So, like, you know how gangs will put their gang sign on there? Well, we're going to have words of, like, you know, words that we like. Imagine, hope, beautiful, whatever. I'm going to have some Asian signs on here in black and using it through stencil with black paint. So, that is, that's the plan. And like I said, the way to keep some of that original newsprint coming up, which you want to keep some of that because that looks like what's been ripped off in the past, go over some of the collage bits that you've already done. Keeping exposed the book pages and the music notes and all of that, because that's going to look, like I said, like, oh, that's what's underneath. That's what got ripped off. Okay? Also, another thing I like is these. I found it in a magazine. I think that Las Vegas Weekly I found this in. They're advertising, like, different types of stamps. Fabulous. Again, I'm going to cut these out, just like I cut those out. I love me a stamp in my artwork. Fabulous. Okay. In fact, you know what? That's kind of too big. Well, you know, let's cut this stamp in half. Well, hopefully you guys can see right here. I want to put a stamp right there. Yeah, it fits. Yay. I want to put a stamp right. Oh, Lord. That got that glued down quick. I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to put it over some of that. Perfect. Let me see what else I can do. This is a half a stamp. We'll just put it right here. Okay. And we can definitely put something right here. We have a little bit of a white spot right there. So I see this other stamp, which look really cool right here. Okay, I think we've layered this out pretty good on the side. Doesn't that look cool? See how ghetto it's looking? How like graffiti? Okay. When you're doing this kind of work, this is what you want to tell yourself. You're trying to create, you know, something pretty ghetto-y, pretty graffiti-ish, like, and I think graffiti is gorgeous, beautiful. I really do. I mean, there's some bad graffiti, but there is some just, when you go by a wall, and it's just, it can just look absolutely gorgeous. You just gotta have to open your eyes up. Okay. These are some pieces of stamp right here, which I think would be really cool, like maybe right there. There we go. Just some pieces of stamp. And then this is another piece of stamp right here, which I think is gorgeous. We're going to go right over a little bit of the butterflies. Ooh. We'll go right there. And then down here, I have another stamp, and I just want to put it some right here. Down at the bottom. There we go. And if we could do a little advertisement, like right here. This says Gwen Stefani. I don't know why I was having a hard time saying her name. I love her. Okay, I'm going to put her right down here at the bottom. Okay. And then that's the last layer. Aw, I did that fast. I want to keep gluing crap down. Just one second, I have one more thing to glue down. Put this right here on top of the rest of that. Advertising in that magazine. And I could probably put one more right there. Well, no, I want to see that print right there, I think. Okay, I'm going to stop. I could keep going forever with layers, like an insane person. Okay, let me look and see what the time is. Okay, 33 minutes. Okay. Okay, guys, so this is where we're going to stop this video at, because we need to let this dry. This has to dry. This is like layers of layers upon layers. So we'll let this dry. When we come back, we will hit this with gesso with a wet brush, which still lets plenty of all this come up right through the gesso. You can see everything right through it. And then we will use some cheap acrylic paints, not watered down. We'll put them on with a baby wipe, so it keeps them nice and translucent. So add color to all this, but you'll be able to see all this stuff come up, and that's when it really starts looking graffiti. And then we'll do some stenciling with different types of words, and you'll see, in black paint. And that's what really makes it look like maybe gang signs, but we're going to have positive words. So that's the plan, Jack. Okay, so if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can give this video a thumbs up. If you don't have time to make a comment, which I'd love for you to make a comment, at least give me a thumbs up. That really helps our channel out here. Come visit me on Facebook and Instagram. Let me know if you plan on doing some graffiti backgrounds, because they are fun. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!